Hey friends, this is Rick Renner, and today I'm in a Mexican restaurant where I'm waiting to see my sister. I don't get to see my sisters very often, so this is a blessing. But while I'm waiting, I want to talk to you about 1 Corinthians chapter 13 because right now we're dealing with the issue of love. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1, Paul says, "Though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels and have not love, I am become as a sounding brass or as a tinkling cymbal." This is called the love chapter. And this whole chapter, Paul talks about love. Now, in the Greek New Testament, there are several words for love. There's the word eros, which is an erotic or sexual love. And it's interesting, that word is never found in the New Testament, not even in the context of marriage. There is the word for brotherly love, and there is the word for family love. There are several different kinds of love. But when you come to this chapter, the word is agape. Same word which is used in John chapter 3 verse 16 when the Bible says, "For God so loved the world." The Greek actually says, "God so agape'd the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." That's the word agape. And in fact, the word agape is the word almost always used in regard to Christian love, whether it's brotherly love or whether it's family love or love in the church or love for your spouse. We are always elevated and called upon to walk in what I call high level love. In fact, you should say that. High level love. That is agape love. Now, what is it? Well, agape is one of the hardest words to translate because it's so packed with meaning. And I want to try to help you. It's going to take just a minute, but I want you to understand what is agape. One of the best illustrations of agape is what a parent feels when they see their child for the first time. You've waited for that baby to come into the world, and finally that baby has come into the world. And when that child is placed in your arms and you see that miracle, it arouses such a love. You love that child. You look at that child in wonder. You are awestruck. You realize this is such a miracle. And at that moment, it's like something just clicks on inside the heart of a father and a mother. You want to take that child, embrace that child, care for that child, provide for that child. It calls you to a whole new level. Isn't that the truth? Even though that child cannot even say your name. That child can't say mama, can't say papa. That child doesn't give you anything but crying and dirty diapers. It has nothing to give to you. But you are so filled with love at that moment, it doesn't matter that that child can't give back to you. You want to give to that child. That is agape love. And that's why it's used in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world." Think about it. He loved the world when the world was not seeking for him. He came unto his own, and his own didn't even receive him. But that didn't change the love of God. A low-level kind of love would be a love which says, you know what, I'll do something for you if you'll do something for me. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. It depends on somebody else's reaction. But high-level love, agape, says, I just love, no strings attached. I'm just going to love you. It is the highest love in the New Testament, and this is the love that we are called to walk in. And when you read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, which is what I'm doing with you right now, it's like looking into a mirror to see what kind of love do you walk in. And in this chapter, he begins to describe the characteristics of high-level love, agape love. So stay with me. There's going to be lots for you to think about, because we're going to be looking at every characteristic of agape or high-level love. But I think for today, that's enough for you to think about.